welcome to Wave Central, your go-to show for the hottest topics and the coolest vibes of the week. This is the only show where we make conversations happen. I am your host, Clarandina, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host,
Miss Blondie, shorty for the good vibes, you already know.
And it goes without saying that today we have a very special, unique, for the first time ever on Wave Central, a very unique guest, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Sean, your intro doesn't after wallet. I was wondering, hey, Sean here. Cheers.
Yeah, so this is Sean. He's the first guy to ever sit here with, me and Blondie on Wave Central. And it goes without saying that we have a very intriguing topic yenye itawaguza mahali. So feel free to comment down below your thoughts. Ukiwashwa kiasi, andika tu hapo chini kwa comments. So today's topic, Blondie, what are we going to be talking about?
So we're going basically to be addressing domestic violence in different aspects. There is one that was a situation addressed by Maina Miles, so I'll let my host give us a brief story of what had happened so that we can actually give our insights.
Okay. So check out this video and then we'll be back with the comments.
Siko bana lakini maboys manze sasa nyinyi mnarepiwaje? Ati sasa boy atamekidnapiwa akarepiwa. Unarepiwa aje shwali? Kwani ni cheese?
So you guys have seen that video. Napo akuna machali fulani wanasema ati maboy hawaizi repiwa. Blondie, let's start with our guest.
Let us go there.
Sean, do you think men can be raped?
Okay, so I believe men is from a certain age. Watoi, that's a different story. I won't talk about kids. Okay. But for men, I think tricky. I just ask.
So when you say it's a certain age, what is the age? Is there a number you can put to it?
Give it just the age an adult. Give it 18.
18?
Let's work with someone who's 18 and over.
Not 25.
Is he? Still like 18.
Okay, sour. That's his opinion. Blondie,
okay, I know for me, if I was to say men, let's start with where they have fully developed. I'll talk about 25 going forward.
Yeah.
But when it comes to raping, I believe it can happen to anyone. If you feel nataka kusikia mbona, it cannot actually happen to a man.
Okay.
Why can it not happen?
Tell us.
How is a man raped? Okay, look, however, I don't know how it works, but in different societies, men are seen as the masculine aura in whatever room they're in, right? So for a man to be raped, there's more to it. Unajua kuna rape, alafu kuna ile tu huko unadai lakini sawa.
Okay.
It's really different. Kuna rape and ile tu unajifanya utaki.
Really?
But yeah.
So how do we term it? Because for me, rape is being forced to actually participate in a sexual act that you actually had not given any consent. So how, when that happens to a man, because it has happened, where you find women have been seen to capture a man, they actually sexualize him, do everything they wanted to him. He actually had no business being there. Hakuwa anataka, hakuwa amekubali. So how is that not rape?
Right. So, okay. Biology is something I really don't like getting into. But how God did His creation is something we really do not ask, right? But something we all know is these things are different. You know these things I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What
PG-18 apples.
No, this show is rated PG.
Thank you.
Yes.
But these parts are different, right?
Yeah.
For a man's part, they have to be a rose for them to get,
Come
so,
on now.
no, let's be
You
sincere.
can't touch fire and expect not to be burned.
No, unaguza nini?
No. But the main reason, of course, I would expect a man to react to whatever vibe a woman gives them, whether they were there willingly or not. So for them to actually take you and capture you, and then you say because his dick actually stood up to the occasion means it wasn't a rape case, then...
Okay, now that we've gone into it, look, I was talking about biology. So we see with lady parts, you can forcefully, that's how it is, right? But for a man, umse lazima akue rada, si lazima akue attention. Na the fact that niko attention, nadai.
I beg to disagree. Speaking of biology as well,
Right.
definitely when you're touched some places, You might not be willing to, but the body parts,
It actually just
blood just
Yes.
goes there, and you don't really want.
Right.
same
Yeah,
thing that
so you
happens in the
can
morning.
say-
Because
yeah.
in the morning you guys wake up and
Exactly.
salute.
But you see, okay, the
It's
fact
not that you
okay, let's say I don't
wanna
want- Let's say I don't want,
Uh-huh.
but you see, with the things like sex, or whatever that is, there's passion, there's you actually wanting the whole thing, right? So hata ukiniambia itakukami itabonda kaa idai form. During the act, kama huku unataka utachoka katikati, utaachia game hapo. Lakini sasa mnaniambia ati inaweza simama swalo kwani iko na akili yake.
Okay, so guys, let me read some of the comments that the men were actually making. I'm scared. So there's this guy on TikTok. I won't read the name.
Names, yeah.
There's someone who was saying, okay, let me give context before I even read the comments. So my Namal is this lady on TikTok. She's very vocal about, you know, the rights of
Activism, yeah.
activism. She's more of a feminist, but when it came to this one, she was alikuwa anatetea the rights of boy child. So she went and talked about it. She was trying to, you know, say that men can also be raped, you know. Now, comments, and all these comments were from men. Wewe unatutetea kama nani? Leave men's problem alone, since men's problem cannot be handled the same as women. Ati wacha tukufe. That's a man.
Okay.
Ati that's not rape. Umesaidiwa kudinywa by force.
Now this is the part that troubles me the most, because if you look at it from a psychological point of view,
Yeah.
I feel like it leaves, even if the man will not admit, probably because of how they feel, they have commented that way, but if something similar happened to a man, psychologically, I believe it leaves some form of trauma.
Let me read another one. There's one here who is saying, this is just a classic feminist bashing men. Honey, hakuna mtu alikwambia ututetee. Maoni yako jieke. We tetea wanawake vile umezoea. Ama utetee the bear. I don't know, do you guys know the concept of
Yeah.
the bear and, you know? Yeah.
Picking the bear or the man?
Yeah.
Okay, what I think, nafanya inakuwa hard kuwatetea. Lakini sasa when it comes to things to do with mental health issues that involve men, as I said earlier, the society set certain standards where there's a place men have to be. You know, we're not allowed to break down anyhow. Niki break down wife atadu. Watu hiyo watadu. Sasa tashingana kulia hapo sito, then what? Wajua lazima I have to be strong for the sake of my family. I have to be strong for the lady. Mimi kilia unapiga nduru, watu hiyo wanalia huko kwa court. There's nothing happening.
But
Someone has to bring
I
peace
understand.
into the house.
I want to term that as toxic masculinity.
It is
Because
not. It is
if
caring
you-
for you.
It
There's a
is
difference.
caring for you, but you see, again, if you have an understanding partner, they will know that a man is a human being as well, and they too sometimes get, you know, those low moments, those hard moments where you get to break down.
Okay, yeah. So
I'm not saying men should cry ovyo,
What are you
but
saying? What are you saying?
No.
Ovyo.
What are you saying?
not the word is there is ovyo.
Right.
There's a point
Uh-huh.
you reach and you just feel like, I can't take this anymore. And you find yourself crying. Is that bad?
Okay, I'm not saying we don't have emotions, right?
Okay.
We do. But you see, we work our emotions
Okay.
differently. We si ati atulii. Ni vile nyinyi mnataka tukaa hapa tuwakalishe down, tulie muone tumepiga nduru, tumetoa viatu. But that's not what we do. We go deal with our things. We have men talks. Kuna ma conference zetu tunakaa down tunabonga tunalia. Sasa shida yenu ni amoni tukilia.
Okay. So now this is what I'm going to tell you. If you're actually watching this, kindly comment down below. Do you agree, whether you're a woman or a man, do you agree with the sentiments that Sean here is telling us? Now, I want us to divert just a little bit.
Okay.
There's this story that has been happening. Same, you know, women, men, this gender things. There's this lady, she's an athlete. You know, you've
The
heard
Ugandan?
about, yeah, the
Yes.
Ugandan. So they had an argument with a partner, and she was burnt.
Set on fire.
She was set on fire. Now you see, that's where those emotions, if you don't talk about them, you get so frustrated and you find yourself releasing them in a very very bad way.
In an aggressive way.
Yes.
Of which domestic violence, I feel it happens to both. And that's why I'm of the idea that men can actually be raped. And it's actually something that is happening, it's just that it's no more vocalized or advocated against.
Yeah.
But it happens. So domestic violence to women, I feel like us, we are vocal about it. Now the issue comes in because, like you've seen, when the issue about a man being raped was raised, the men came forward and said, don't fight for us. We are okay with whatever is happening for us. But for women, us, we are vocal about our situation. The problem comes in when we address our situation. That's when men now find the voice to say, oh, ingekuwa boy child, mungekuwa hivi. So Maina Man made this comment and it actually stood out for me. For men, it's not mostly that they want to be heard. It's not that they want us to understand them. They just want to take part. When we are advocating for ourselves, they just want to diminish our fight. Like they want to put themselves there. It's not that they actually want to be saved in any kind of way. And if you feel different, comment, but I still want to hear what Sean has to say. Yeah.
Before even he says what he has to say, I have a question for Sean. With regards to this gender-based violence thing, Sean, do you believe that a man can be beaten up by a woman?
Right. Okay. Kuna watu wameunga huku nje, nikubali. Kuna watu wamepiga tizi. There are ladies and then there are... So, it does happen. There are just some of us that are a bit quiet and we just don't like war nini hapa kule. Some of us were brought up right by our parents, where hata ukijam saizi tunasema tuwezi lepiwa ni ume bare. Nitatulia tu. So it's possible because we do not touch ladies. It's not what we do. But it's just not right, you know. But that also goes with the standards of society and the different cultures that I was talking about when I said that it was put there. And when you unasema that us men take advantage and put ourselves in some situations, ladies do the same. You guys will do anything to us because you know kitu one unajua you want to take advantage of the fact that hatuwezi wakuza, of which hatutaki. It's fine. You also want to take advantage of the fact that however the story goes out, it's the lady that is always right.
Not really.
However the story goes
Not
out,
really. Not really. Let me tell you where the problem for me comes in. Because Kasasa, if we are talking about domestic violence, if we speak about this lady that was banned, it's not a gender thing. That is where you people don't get it. We are not trying to make it a gender war, where it's a man versus a woman. We just want us to collectively say, stop hurting women, stop killing women. That is what I want.
Wait, who's hurting women?
Of course, the other gender.
The other gender.
Yes.
How many genders are there? Two.
There are two. It's not a gender war. Because do you also agree that killing this lady or banning her was not a good thing to do?
That was very wrong.
Exactly. That is what we want to all collectively agree, that don't beat women, don't kill women. That is what we want to agree. So that when we also say don't hurt men, we can all collectively agree don't do that to a man. But the moment you make it a tug of war, if I speak about a woman, you feel the need to justify it by speaking about a man, then it takes away the point from what we are trying to address.
But the issue is, just listen to me. The problem, we do not mind how you guys bring it out. The problem is you just put us all in one group. You don't address it as certain men are hurting ladies. You are attacking all of us.
You've just said the genders are two.
There are two genders.
How else do we start?
You have to put your facts straight and find the
So we have to say,
okay,
he's been killed, she was set on fire by
a man, right? But so is it a gender war or not?
It is not a gender war.
But she was attacked.
But we are addressing who did
attacked
it.
By who?
We are addressing who did it.
Then address the guy who did it. Some guy. Address him by his name. What's up to moja si what?
The only reason we do that is because it's not one man that has done it.
It's not one.
The situation. How many situations of femicide have we had? How many situations of femicide have we had in the country right now?
That's what I told you, that when it comes to ladies, it's out there. Men have been beaten by ladies.
Sasa tunawaongelelea mnasema, nani alikwambia ututetee?
Okay.
Hatujitetei?
Just a minute. Guys, the ones who, as you can see, hapa kumewaka moto hadi nini? I'm just like, I'm absolutely speechless. So, hold on to your thoughts, you guys. Hold on to those points. I want to introduce a segment here that's going to a little bit
decipher the conversation we're having because it's
But
heated.
with the trend that we have for today, I think it's just going to explode this whole conversation. But you know what?
Oh.
No, please shut up. So we're going to do. We have a what is it called? We have a segment called the Trends Challenge, and I came across this challenge on TikTok where it says, I'm so sure even if you're watching, you've seen it, you've come across it. I am no man's peace, and then ... and then the lady says, you know, this is what
Something that she has done.
Yes.
Most of them tend to share conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna read some comments. Okay, so here, and I want you guys to tell me how you feel about it.
Okay.
So there's what is it called? There's this lady who shared a conversation on her TikTok. So she texted her man and she asked him, "Can we talk later?" And he said, "Yeah," like just YE. And he said, "You have 26 letters on your keyboard. Please use them all." And then he said, "Yes."
Okay.
She was like, "Yes, what?" And he was like, "Yes, ma'am." So guys, it's hot in here, and to just easen up the conversation a little bit, here's what we have for the Trends Challenge for this week.
I don't want peace. I want problems.
Welcome to the WhatsApp Blue Tick service. This user has seen your message but has no interest in responding. Please review your message and try again later.
Some serve wine with a slice of bread. I'm modest thing with peach coming on drugs and demonic things. But my biggest fan, them my body speech. Shut them.
Everybody saying that you're no good for me. Your friends are
Welcome back to the Wave Central. Today, leo kumewaka moto, and as you can see, we have a very unique and special guest on set, Sean. Na leo Sean na Blondie kuna venye wanapelekana. It's a heated topic. Just if you're just picking it up from right where we are, you can go back kidogo, you see where the conversation started so that you can flow vizuri. But we were discussing about the issue of gender-based violence. Pick it up.
Right. So, you said we were just talking about men being put as one, right? So, and you're strongly arguing that you guys don't make us, don't judge us as a group, right? But you say all men are dogs, right? So, all men, are there other men?
No, let me tell you. The only reason it feels like it's either picking one or the other. Like you said, is that there's only two genders. If a woman hits you right now, you won't go and say, Blondie hit me. You'll say, a woman hit me. So it's basically one or the other. It's either the man or the woman that did
Who
it.
said that?
What else will you say?
You see, you're looking at it from a lady perspective, and you're being overprotective. This is you guys are just used to kutupa tu mishale even
No.
before something
Yeah,
happens.
he's
This
already
is what
putting
you
it.
guys
Exactly.
You guys,
You
you
guys.
speak of you guys.
Exactly.
Who are the you guys?
And you
It's
see-
Who are the you guys?
Mimi, I'm bringing the ladies into one because when you're fighting us, you're one. Angalia, you wote mmeshikana, niko solo, mimi ndio niko hapa. But when you, look,
Come on.
okay,
The
let's
same
take
way
instance.
you are addressing us as you guys.
no, just chill, give me a
That's at the
second.
same time.
Okay.
Do you agree with what she said?
Yes. of
So you
course.
guys now. You agree, right? So you guys.
Us as Clara and Blondie or as women.
Yeah, I've said you agree with her, right?
Yes.
Right. So you guys.
Okay.
As women or as Clara and as Blondie.
No, don't break it. Now this is just like the
That is
challenge about
generalizing.
You guys, I've said you guys. Me, I'm only with two people on set. So you
Okay.
guys.
Sawa.
So
You
you
win.
guys fight us as a whole group. Wajua, ni watu mnakuwa mnaenda vita. Right. You guys are fighting against men. The same
Is
men
it
you
for
have
an
in
unworthy
office.
cause though?
But
Is it?
if we don't fight, if you're not out there on the
If we
streets,
can't actually voice
nobody
it, who
will
will?
listen to us.
Who will actually voice our concerns if not us? Who knows the troubles of a woman if not a woman
And
herself?
again-
How you air your troubles. It's
Blondie.
open. We don't mind you guys talking.
Here is
Right.
another thing,
Ni
Sean.
kama mimi maandamano. tulikuwa tunakataa warushe mawe wapigane. Sasa watu walienda peacefully, hatukuwa na shida. Sasa nyinyi mkikaa mtulie, mwache kutu generalize na kutu attack.
Let me ask you.
Tubonge, tukae chini. Nusu mkate. Tuelewane. You know, this is not war. Where are we going? Hatuwezi waachia Kenya tuishie.
Okay, let me ask you right now. We speak of maandamano. Tukienda kuandamana, basically, who are we addressing? The government, right?
Yes.
Reason, were we pinpointing who it is exactly?
No.
But we are speaking of the government. Because it's a whole body under one, right?
But this is a government, has a leader.
Okay.
Right. A government has a leader. It's a tree, right? We know the head all down, right?
But the only reason they were targeted is because they are a body, right?
Yes.
So right now you go to Kenyatta Hospital, and something wrong happens to you as a patient.
Yes.
Somebody happens to
That's
die.
an institution.
Exactly.
Men are not
So there is
an
a body.
institution, neither are we a group.
You are a group.
No,
because
no, we are not.
You are.
You
Okay,
are.
Who
You
leads men?
are.
Who's the leader?
You are.
See,
No,
and
you can choose a leader for yourselves.
so tuseme undio
It's not even about leadership. It's not even about leadership. It's not about leadership. It just trickles down to there is only two genders. At the end of the day, there's only just two.
So agree with
So
the
if
fact
one
that-
of you is doing something wrong, I'm sorry, but it paints a
Yes.
different picture. And then again, I wish it could only be a story of it's 1, 2, 3 that have done it. No, but it's too many for us to just keep counting. How many are we going to count?
We've also been
How
beaten.
many?
We come and
Exactly.
beat the ladies in our houses.
No
That's
problem.
it.
Then I don't mind you addressing women as women.
He
I don't
said-
mind you addressing
he
women as women.
said they are also being beaten. But the problem with men, they don't speak out because someone is so embarrassed.
And when we address it, it's a whole
It's
different.
a
And
whole
we are addressing it
different
for you.
It's okay.
We are addressing it for you.
We are addressing it for you,
It's okay.
but when we do it,
clarify this.
you
Let me-
bash
let
us.
me- Let me bring some light to this, right?
Okay.
We've said genders are only two, right?
Yeah.
Wherever in the world,
Yeah.
they're just two genders,
Yeah.
right? You guys are already screaming, okay? So if you guys
I don't
are
think we are screaming,
don't
but
just chill,
shower.
you all are screaming.
We are not
If
screaming.
you're not screaming, then you're shouting. So you guys are shouting.
Okay.
And then we also come up here and shout with you guys. Who will speak to who will listen to who will understand who. One of us has to keep calm. It's as good as when
No,
you're fighting.
if your
one
calmness
doesn't
is
go
going
down,
to cost you, please don't be calm.
what do? We all go screaming in the streets. So
No,
what's the solution?
the problem is you feel the need to shout at the same pace
Yes.
as us or at the same time as us.
Yes.
If you are shouting on a Monday and it is your Monday,
So we do a time
for
zone, right?
men, no, it's not that. Just don't see it. Don't feel the need to come when it's women
When it's
shouting on
women
on a Wednesday.
yes.
Don't feel the need to come on a
No,
Wednesday
listen.
to try and diminish our
And
cost
plus
and what we're trying to
three,
fight for.
Blondie-
Wakati wa siasa watu hukuja tunapiga siasa kwa sababu hiyo ni wakati wa siasa. Sasa
Exactly.
mkileta wakati wa gender based violence, mumeanzisha
Unajua
tunafuata,
shida
tunaleta
ni
nia
nini?
yetu.
Unajua shida ni nini?
Yeah.
Because ikikuja kwa gender based violence, chama si kama 10 ati tunapigia kura chama
Chama
10.
ni ngapi?
Chama ni 2.
Na
Kwa hivyo it's either
Mnaongelea nani?
no.
But see, Blondie, here's the thing. Even when men are told to come out and fight for these things, they don't show up.
Plus,
That's what you
the thing that
Y'all
I
don't
think
show
annoys
up.
me the most is you. Let me not even say you guys. We all, men and women,
At least we're learning
we
this.
take
We have
this.
progress,
No,
we're getting there.
listen to me. The problem I have is we all find it like a need to argue. It's a
We are
this one
fighting
versus
each
this
other,
one.
yeah.
No, I'm ready to advocate for men
Yeah.
if they are also ready to advocate for us.
But the men don't want to
That
be
is all.
advocated for.
That is the problem.
That's the
You
problem.
guys don't want to be
Yes.
advocated
Yes.
because sasa si umekubali they are not raped. How do I advocate for a man being raped? Or at what point does it become rape
You make-
for a man?
Yeah.
The moment he has contradicted some diseases, is that when it becomes a rape case?
Yes,
And then you go ahead and embarrass each other.
Alafu
And see what-
Maina Mala advocated akaitwa feminist. Na
Yeah.
sisi walikuwa wanatetea wanaume.
And the men themselves, they said, sisi tunataka kudinywa.
It's not a war.
It
Sorry for
goes,
that word.
it all goes back to the issue that I addressed as first, is that the culture and the standards and the society, the standards have been set somewhere where men are not allowed to go low. This is the reason why it's not. That's just how it is.
So if you are being raped, that's you going low.
That is, okay, look, I'm being raped, right? Who's being raped?
You
Right, I'm being what?
raped.
I'm being raped. So if I'm being raped, who's dealing with it? Is it me or both of us?
It is
you.
you.
It's me dealing
You're
with
the
it,
main
right?
person
So
Yeah,
you
you're
see,
the
for you
victim.
ladies, okay, it's allowed. Look, how men deal with issues and how ladies deal with issues is different, right? Wewe tukiteteshana kwa nyumba, kitu kifanyika, utatoka nje, urushe leso ukipiga nduru, si ndio?
That's
Mimi
a,
nitatulia ni watch. That's what happens. Let's be
Ina
honest.
depends
That's
on
a
deal na
general
nani.
thing.
Msiruke.
It also depends on deal na nani.
Exactly.
Please don't also box
That is
us.
also
Sisi hatuendi kuirusha maleso na nini. Some of us have gone through some
Look
form
at how
of
it is.
psychological
Some of us are
maturity.
mature.
Or some of us.
Yeah, some of us are
Na
mature.
Okay,
mnajam
me, I'm
nikiwa
mature.
generalize, tulia, mbona mnajam nikiwa generalize na nyinyi mnatu generalize na mnasema nisiwa
Na
generalize.
sasa tukijaribu.
Simesema some of you. Then deal with
Yeah.
the some of them that
Now,
are beating
now
you
here's the
guys.
thing. If we stop the whole feeling it's a man versus a woman, we'll make a lot of progress. Plus at the same time, if it's a fight for women, I'd love to see more men turn up. If it's a fight for men, I'd love to see more women turn up. Because it's only men that can actually make this voice being heard. Because if you guys are also against them, the group of you then, if you guys are against the group of you that is actually causing the domestic violence on women, then the voice is louder.
You
If
see.
the same thing is reversed, when a man is being bashed or a man is going through it, if we women go against the women that tend to cause harm on men, the voice is louder.
Now, as you said earlier, the war, or whatever it is you want to call it, is between two parties, right? If now this party joins this party to fight, what are we fighting?
The rotten bunch.
Sasa
The
tunaandamana,
rotten bunch.
serikali ikishuka ikam kwa streets na sisi tunaandamana tukipigana nani?
The rotten bunch.
Wako? Si wameshuka,
Wameshuka.
si wameshuka, unapigana nani?
Sasa shida itaisha.
Sasa the problem is
Shida itaisha, shida itaisha, shida imekam tu home.
Zi.
Umetoa tu shida nje, sasa umeileta imekuwa
Aje
part of
sasa.
you.
Aje
You
sasa.
know what the best way to address such issues is not when you ukisuggest that to talk it out. Let's go. Maybe you guys are against a certain cause, right? And maybe I'm the problem, for instance, right? I'm never the problem, but maybe I'm the problem, right? And
From
I
this
decide to
conversation,
join you.
I'm sure not everybody would agree, but to some
I'm sorry, we just all have rights to our opinions, and this is my opinion. But look, you guys are, what do I call it? You guys are fighting a certain cause, right?
Yeah.
And I'm the problem, okay? And then I decide to join you on. What are you fighting?
chances
The
are
problem
you
is-
joining, you have actually rectified the problem,
Yes.
haven't you?
Chances are I've joined you just for everything to shut up.
No, really. Let me ask you a question.
But you, even if the things shut up, you'll be very cautious with how you behave because you know you're not
I'll be
like that.
cautious.
Let me
It
ask
doesn't
you a
mean that I'll
question.
stop. It means I'll be cautious. What I'm trying to say is there are better ways of addressing such issues than screaming and tantrums. There are ways where we can
Okay.
sit down and agree, treat these sick people who are actually beating ladies,
Hold
and these
on
other
to-
sick people who are doing the wrong things.
Hold on to
But
that
unless,
point because when we come back, you will tell us how, you know, those solutions that you're talking about, those ways that you're saying, there are ways in how you can deal with these things. Okay? So guys, leo hapa ndani kumewaka moto. Huyu jamaa hapa karibu atupige mabare hapa. If you're men out there, I know today the men are happy, they have found their representative. So we're going to go to our next segment, and when we come back to wind up, Sean is going to be telling us some of those solutions because me and Blondie were so curious
Very.
to hear about, you know, those solutions.